And now I want to show you and go through the slides on the course page in Module 5. So if we go to Module 5, there's the Start Here page, and then there are HTML text slides. When we're working with text in Dreamweaver, we are going to be using HTML. It's HTML5 in Dreamweaver. And we need to learn a little bit about what the code means, but Dreamweaver provides code hints so that you don't have to memorize all the code. And then you can also go to places like W3 Schools or Code Academy sites to learn more about coding or to copy and paste code. So let's look at the heading code. H1 is used for the main heading, and we'll use that in our homework assignment and in the chapter assignment. Then we've got all the other tiers of the heading or subheadings from H2 to H6. So remember that H1 is used for the main heading. It really can only be used once on the site, so you want to use that for your main title or heading on your site. The P tag or paragraph tag is used for to establish a new paragraph or to create a new line break, and you're going to be using that in the assignment, in the chapter assignment in the Against the Clock, where you're going to be replacing the break tags with paragraph tags so that you can visibly see a difference when you start a new paragraph. Structural markup are the elements that are used to describe the headings and paragraphs. So here's an example of some types of structural markup. You can use the bold or italic. So this is the tag or the code for bold text, and then this is the code for italic text. There are a lot of other code that you can use, like superscript or subscript. Just know that you can't just type it in like you normally would on the keyboard, but that you have to attach it with the correct code in order for it to display correctly on the website. When you use white space, you have to watch out for white space collapsing. For example, you have to use the paragraph tags in order to create a new line space. So if you broke up, just hit a return or enter on your keyboard after the cloud is, it's not going to show up as a break until you add another paragraph tag. You can use a lot of elements like an empty element which only has one tag. An example of that is a horizontal rule, and that's the code for a horizontal rule, and this is what it looks like. And there's no closing tag, there's just a space with a /. So this is what it would look like in the code view. In Dreamweaver, you have two views. You've got the visual editor, which is the design view, and that's where you can see the layout and the grid framework. Then you have the code view, where you just see the code. You can copy and paste text from Dreamweaver into Dreamweaver from another program, another text editor, such as Notepad or TextEdit or even Microsoft Word, and then you can manually edit and enter the code in the code view. Semantic markup provides extra information that's not intended to affect the structure, but it's just to show emphasis. And that is really helpful for screen readers or for search engines that are looking for specific information. And for screen readers, for those who are visually impaired, they have a screen reader who is going to read the text in the code for them. And so that's going to be really important when we're looking at examples here. We're using semantic markup. So instead of using the bold or italic tag or code, we're using strong and emphasis. So when the screen reader reads it, they're going to read that text with emphasis. And then we're going to set up in our tutorial exercise in the book chapter from Against the Clock how to make sure that we're going to use the strong and emphasis tags for the code. And then there's also the block quote, which will indent the text. Lists we're going to use a lot for navigation menus. There's the ordered list and the unordered list. An ordered list is numbered, and an unordered list usually has a bullet point. But we can also get rid of the bullet points when we're trying to create a navigation menu. So here's an example of what the ordered list would look like with the code on the left, and then an unordered list. Common links, and you've done some of this already in that rentals assignment where you've linked from one web page to another in a site, you've linked to another website, you've linked to an email program or to a new browser window. You can also link from one part of a page to another on the same page. If you want to jump to the top of the page, for example, you can create an anchor. This is the code or the tag for a linked element. So you would use the href equals, and then within the quotations is the URL address if you're linking to another website with the linked text. If you're going to link to another page on your site, you would type in here the name of the HTML page. Or if you're going to use an email address, you would type in mail to : then the email address. Just know for now that you can create these different types of links. And we're going to do that also when we go to the next module in image maps. You'll create different ways to link an image map or hotspot. So you could link to another website or another web page or to an email program, for example. I'm on the Module 5 Start Here page. Just went over the HTML text slides. And then you will want to go ahead and download the Against the Clock files for Project 2 Digital Book Chapter, and then follow the book and the tutorial videos. So remember, you don't have to watch all of the tutorial videos. You could do it straight from the textbook, but those videos are there to help you so you can follow along with the textbook. So it's just another aid to complete the tutorial assignment. You don't turn in that assignment. What you do turn in is Homework 7 books. So if you go to the assignment sheet for Homework 7 books, these are the instructions on what you need to do. So you need to download the graphic files after you completed the tutorial for the portfolio builder at the end of that chapter. And then you can follow the video that I've created to aid you through how to do the homework assignment. Then you will want to turn that in as a zipped folder. So everything in your root folder, you will just compress it into a zip file and upload that onto As You Learn. And then don't forget to look at the grading rubric for that. And you can also download the assignment sheet here if you want to print it out. After you do that assignment, and then here if you scroll all the way down, is the Homework 7 video that you can watch to help you through that homework assignment. Then don't forget to do quiz 3 for assessment. So there's the quiz PDF. And then sign up for your professional site. So this is going to be in Module 9, our final projects. The professional site is our second final project. So you'll need to work on that with 1 or 2 other partners, and you can sign up with your name, the site topic, generally if you have an idea what you want to do it, and then your contact information so your other group members can contact you. So if you want to just sign up your name, you can wait until you find others who may be interested in a similar topic and then sign up next to their name. If you don't sign up, I will just assign you to a group. So make sure that you do that by March 19th. And then in the food for thought area, just start to reach out to your partner and discuss what you want to do for your professional site. You can create a site plan and start gathering your content. And then you can go to that Google Plus community. After everybody has signed up, I am going to include each group's name into our Google Plus community under helpful resources. And that's going to be up until the end of April. And once you see your group name here under professional sites, you can start to communicate in your group area so that I can see your initial communication. So you do need to do that as part of your participation grade. There's also an extra credit assignment here under helpful resources, extra credit calling all photographers. And full disclosure, this doesn't have anything to do with websites. This is for another design class that I teach on print design where they're creating a brochure for the town of Boone. If you happen to be a photographer too, you can submit high resolution images. So this is opposite of what we're doing for web, but you would want to save them for print using CMYK color space, 300 ppi high resolution, and then you can submit the photos there for 1 point extra credit for another class that I teach. So don't forget, if you want to do that, do it by April 3rd. Don't forget to submit late work in the late assignments at the top of our course page. And if you can just send me a quick email to let me know if you're submitting an assignment late. And then you can also look ahead. If you're not sure what the professional site is, you can go on to Module 9 and look at Final Project 2 and read the assignment sheet there so you can get an idea of what I'm looking for that assignment as you're signing up for your group site. Don't forget that we've got Zoom meetings, and I'm going to evaluate the time after I look at the midterm survey results. And then there's the Remind app that you can get reminders for assignments. And then also Friday we have the open lab times starting at 11. I've got office hours starting at like 9:30. So there's lots of ways to get help should you need it.